work with this reading strategy, the 3 questions, because I want you to see how do you apply it when you're actually reading, all right? Go ahead and put your name on this. This is going to be your book. That's fine, put it on top. And this is the card we're going to be working with. Remember, the only part you need to be familiar with is understanding that we work with nonfiction with this reading strategy. All right? This is to kind of help you prompt with those questions at the bottom. All right. Now, this being nonfiction, does that mean we have to read it from one page all the way to the back in order, or can we skip around in this?
Skip around.
Absolutely, because this is written with topics, right? So, one of the text features we use in nonfiction is the table of contents. Go to the table of contents, please. Now, if we look at the contents here, it definitely discusses 3 different fires. Which fire would be more relevant for us to study right now?
Chicago. No, number 9, the Great Fire of London.
Okay, so is London closer to us, or would Chicago be more convenient for us?
Chicago.
Okay, do we agree? Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and go to page 14. One thing we know about nonfiction, you have photographs and you have captions. Go ahead and look at the picture and the caption. And of course, this was back a long time ago when this really did happen, okay? Okay, so the title is Chicago Fire. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at question number 1. What is question number 1, Alan? No, what is question number 1 here?
Oh, what surprised me?
Okay, how do we mark what surprised me?
Exclamation point.
All right, so I want you 3. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I want you to read that first paragraph. I want you to mark an exclamation point somewhere that surprises you. Got it? Okay, ready? Go.
Sit-ins and boycotts of stores and public transportation applied economic pressure. Number 5. On August 28, 1963, sit-ins and boycotts of stores and public transportation applied economic pressure. Number 5. On August 28th.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to provide you with a yellow post-it, and what you do is I want you to use your sentence starters from that category. What surprised me? Look at one of these, and I want you to write out what surprised you by using one of those. Okay? Go ahead and do that right now, please.
On August 28th, 1963, 200,000 people marched on Washington, D.C. On August 28th, 1963, 200,000 people marched on Washington, D.C. people. On August 28th, 1963, 200,000 people marched on Washington, D.C.
Okay, if you're in the yellow group, you may go to the restroom.
Number 1. Byron poked his head out of the door, still in his underpants and still doing his morning scratch. Number 2.
All right, let's go and see how you did. All right, DQ, go ahead and read us what you have, please.
I said I never thought they had cattle in Chicago.
Okay, that surprised you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chicago's known for their big stockyards, so that was something you learned from the reading, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Alan, what do you have? Okay, come back to you. Karina, are you ready, sir?
I never knew what a slaughter.
Okay. Okay, so that surprised you as well. All right, Helen, what do you have? What were you surprised by?
About that Chicago started with a lot of stockyards.
Okay, so all 3 of you were surprised to know that Chicago had stockyards. Did you know Fort Worth also had stockyards at one time?
I always
Yeah.
And that's what they're known for. That area is still there, but it's not used the same way as before. All right, good job. Go ahead and stick those Post-its over that paragraph.
Right here.
You just put it right over here. This way you'll know that paragraph what surprised you, okay? All right. Any questions over what surprised me? There are some couple other things I'll share with you I was surprised about. One area that surprised me was there were beaches in Chicago. Look at down here. If you look at towards the last sentence, families could visit one of the beaches along Lake Michigan or go to the stockyards. But did you realize that Chicago had beaches?
No.
So that surprised me when I go through. And I've been there before, but I didn't realize that there was stuff as beaches, but they are. All right, let's go over here. Let's go to page 15. We're going to use reading strategy number 2. Question number 2 this time. What is question number 2?
What did the author think I already knew?
All right, exactly. So I'm going to give you a chance to go through. Oh, let me ask you, how are we going to mark question number 2?
Question mark.
What question?
Absolutely. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. You're going to read this paragraph number 2 here. I want you to mark with a question mark an area that you thought the author assumed that you already knew. Ready? Read. All right, Amy's table, you may go. Go ahead and put the marble in the door there. All right, how we doing, guys? All right, this time I'm going to give you an orange Post-it. I want you to go ahead and write down the part that you thought the author thought you should have known already with your sentence starter. And we're going to talk about that one. All right, Alan, are you ready to share? Okay, what did you write down?
I did not know that houses had to be searched.
Okay, one more time. What did you say?
I did not know that houses had to be searched or inspected.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, yes, there are codes for that. You think that's something we learned about it back then, or is it something that they weren't complying with?
They weren't complaining.
Okay, great. DQ, what do you have?
Said the sentence, the beginning sentence. I never knew like Rome and London. They had this slums and with very poor built wooden houses. I always thought they were
Okay,
brick
so
houses.
so do you know what slums are?
No,
Okay, did it give you any context clues?
it says neighborhoods with poorly built wooden houses and close together.
All right. Now, don't that this is nonfiction. Is there a text feature we could probably find out more information from slums?
Yes.
Where
the
could we look?
Dictionary.
All right, but what about in the actual book? If we have a nonfiction book, what's in the book that could help us?
The glossary.
Well, let's take a look.
Poor crowded areas with city.
Okay, does that give you more information?
Yes.
Okay, good. Excellent. Yeah, you use your sources there, which is good. The author did give you some information, so they were prepared for you that one, right? Okay. Karina, what do you have?
That they had warehouses with flammable materials.
All right. Okay, so that right there should have been a red flag, right? Okay, so do you think the author could have gave you more information for what kind of flammable materials? All right, so let's think for a minute. We're looking back in the 1800s, the city of Chicago. What kind of material do you think was used for these buildings back then?
Wood.
Wood.
All right. Ooh, so wood, is that flammable?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, could conditions impact the wood?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, what's it called? If it get cold and like fire touches it, starts a big fire. Like the what's it called? Like most of these forest fires, they said that what's it called? If the area gets too cold, so if somebody light what's it called? Lighter
Campfire.
something and it gets too close,
Okay.
you can start a fire.
All right, we're going to put in question number 3 now. What challenge, change, or confirm what I already know? This time I'm going to let you kind of work a little bit more on your own. I'm going to give you a blue pad. I want you to look at the next 2 paragraphs. So you're going to look at the next 2 paragraphs, and I want you to consider the prompts that you have under what challenge, change, or confirm what I already know. And I want you to go ahead and handle that part. Got it? All right, you may begin. Okay, Louise, you and Crystal and Jorelli can go. I'm so glad I didn't have to remind you, you know, to mark with a speech bubble for question number 3. And Louise, can you put the marble back, please? All right, thank you. All right, good job, guys. Karina, go ahead and share with us.
Okay, so I never knew that a fire was started by a cow on October 8th, 18. So she took one.
Okay. Well, let's think for a minute. Was the fire started by the cow?
It was still suspect too.
Yeah, it's a suspicion because if you look at the very last words, what does it say?
It said the fire should have been put out quickly, but the night of the firefighters went.
Well, no, if you look at right before that, it says, talked about the cow, but what does it say? It says, though this.
This was never proven.
Okay. So, you know, that's one of those things that we could, you know, we need more information on, don't we? Kind of challenges our thinking. All right, DQ, what do you have?
I said, at first I thought Chicago was when we had the most rainiest summers.
Oh, okay. So in this case, what happened?
But instead there was much minimal rain.
Okay, so we talked about the buildings being made out of wood. If wood dries up, what happens?